Okay, as requested, we are going to do a very simple, basic Barch. What we'll go over is how we make our troops, what spells to bring, and also what we'll do is we'll do how do I identify what is a good base to Barch with. First of all, what Barch is, it is barbarians, archers, and goblins designed to just get the loot in the collectors on the outside. Um, for example, let's set up the troop composition. As you can see, I already have a troop made, but we'll go over the barracks, what we're going to want to put in it. We're going to do 2 barracks of nothing but archers. We're going to do 1 barracks of all barbarians, and another barracks of nothing but goblins. So that'll take up our 4 barracks, and the archers are the majority because they are the ones who are going to be dealing the most damage. Alright, as far as our spells go, we can do a couple different things. We can either bring heals, we can bring rages, or we can bring lightning. It all depends on what you like to do when you're doing your Barch. Me personally, I like to bring a couple rages and a couple heals. That way I can rage my troops to get in there, rage my, heals to keep them alive if need be. Also, majority of the time I don't use any spells at all for my Barch because most of the collectors are going to be on the outside. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to go over the collectors. How do we identify them and what are we looking for? Alright, we have our troops now for our Barch. As you can see, we have 220 troops, 110 archers, 66 barbarians, and 44 goblins. As far as the exact numbers, it really doesn't matter. The thing is, you want to have more archers than barbarians and goblins, and probably a little bit more barbarians than goblins. As far as what's in the clan castle, it doesn't really matter. Spells, I've got 1 rage, 2 wall, or earthquake, and 2 poison. Again, that doesn't really matter. I'm not going to really use them. Just want to kind of show you the idea of what to look for when looking for a base to Barch. And again, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the storages, the collectors on the outside, whether or not they're full or empty. Alright, we'll pass on that. As you can see, collector there is empty, so we'll pass there. Again, the collectors aren't very full. As you can see, the gold has nothing in the little box to the mine itself. Nope. And I'm in Masters League, which is a very bad league to be barching in for the sheer fact that most of the people up here are very active, and therefore their storage or their collectors are not very full. But occasionally you'll find one that just decided to quit, and as he's going down to gold or silver, he will have to obviously go through Masters, coming from Masters 2 or 1. So please bear with. I think the next thing that comes up that's not completely empty, I will attack just to show. And again, you're also looking for bases that don't have collectors on the inside. Something that's easily accessible to your troops. And this works for all bases. Doesn't matter the league. It's all about the identification of the collectors. And a lot of times you could always tell by the number of elixir or storages if they're full. If the storages are full and you have high numbers, that means you're probably not likely to get a whole lot out of the collectors. And as you can see, the search process does take some time. Let's see what we got here. Alright. As you can see, this gold guy right here has got a little bit more gold than the others, just to give you an example of how the storages are going to be looking, or what we're going to be looking for when we deploy our troops. And once I decide to go to Town Hall 10, I will drop so I can Barch and have more access to loot as compared to being up here in Masters. Now the loot bonus is nice, but it's not exactly going to give me 200, 300,000 per Barch like you usually will get in silver to gold. And right now I wish I had something that would pop up because I'm kind of running out of things to say and talk about. Patience is obviously a key. If you're in a hurry, you might not want to Barch. You might just want to save the shield. But if you got some time, you're watching TV, you're just sitting in an FBO, killing time. Alright, I think we'll go with through this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to shrink the base down as small as we can. We're going to take 2 fingers, one from each hand, at the 12 o'clock position, and we're going to connect them down at the 6 o'clock position. Now what we're going to do first is we're going to drop our barbarians. These are going to act as our tank. Then we're going to drop our goblins, and then we're going to drop our archers. And we're just circling the base from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Here goes the goblins. And now here comes the archers. And as you can see, we are actually getting a pretty good chunk of the collectors on the outside. And what I usually do is I look for where the dark elixir is the most plentiful. And then I'll drop my clan castle. This guy over here looks like it's pretty plentiful. Drop my clan castle there. And hopefully it gets the dark elixir. There you go. So got 35%, and that's typically what you're looking at is 35 to 40%. If it's your mirror town hall, if you're a town hall 9 going up against town hall 7 or town hall 8, you may get your 50%. It just all depends on how high the base is, how well it's protected, and how well it's designed. So we got 1 giant left. We'll go ahead and cancel this guy. There's no need to go after anything else, really. And that is the typical Barch, and that's what we got for our troops. So I believe if I had to calculate what my troop cost was, I believe it's going to be somewhere around the neighborhood of 40,000-50,000 elixir. So what we got out of that is we've got 110 extra elixir. We got 158,000 coins. So as you can see, it's a pretty cheap and effective way, and I could build that troop composition probably 2 to 3 times an hour. Alright, thanks.